the heart of Yorkshire.
Red phone.
Hello, Barnsley A&E.
An unbeatable team.
1, 2, 3.
Hard at work 24 hours a day.
I feel like I'm on Titanic and bows just lifting up out at water.
7 days a week. Saving lives.
That's a profit chest, Mary.
We've got you.
Helping loved ones.
Well, I'll be looking beautiful again.
Didn't expect to be losing part of my body today.
Making the community they serve better.
I thought I'd do it up. Oh, you're okay.
All staff's been brilliant.
A health service treating anyone.
You'll need to see a doctor.
You'll find out that I'm an idiot.
And everyone. A team doing anything and everything for each other.
Sweetheart. Hey.
This is Barnsley Casualty 24/7.
The National Health Service might not be perfect, but thank God we've got it.
Another life saved.
On shift tonight, consultant Dr. Claire Guinness.
Tell me about what's brought you today, Bain. The blood test is a little bit worrying, I'll be honest with you.
Consultant Dr. Barath Reddy.
How are you getting on, Brian?
You're like full monkey.
And Sister Jane.
I feel like I'm on Titanic and bows just lifting up out at water.
So, get ready to share a shift.
Do you like being at the hospital?
With the team at Barnsley Casualty.
Oh, what a rubbish birthday.
It's a busy start in the department.
How many ambulances have I got now? Just the one? 3? It's like pulling teeth, isn't it?
Running the shift today is Sister Jane.
Why don't anyone want to answer the phone?
Alongside consultant Dr. Dave Walker.
I just need to get these out.
I'll do it. I think sort it. There's always a crisis in the emergency department. There's always something unexpected, it's unpredictable, it's slightly chaotic.
Today's crisis is a shortage of space in the specialist wards, which admit casualty patients.
There's no orthopaedic beds, no surgical beds and no gynae beds. Beds are rubbish in the hospital. We're dependent totally on doctors upstairs discharging patients and patients going home. There is very, very little that we can do to create a bed. It's very frustrating because you just feel that you're at a standstill.
But the red phone keeps ringing.
Yeah.
A 58-year-old is being blue lighted into casualty. Brian's in terrible pain after a bad fall at work. Dr. Reddy comes in to assess the damage.
Hello there, sir.
Hello.
Good morning. Dr. Reddy, one of the consultants. How are you?
Okay.
What happened?
I've slipped at work and I've just gone over and I've banged my leg. I can't move my arm here whatsoever. I can move my fingers.
Yeah.
But that, it's just... Oh,
yeah.
No.
Well, let's have a look, sir. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Let me do the movements. You stay there. Just stop me when you don't want it to be moved anymore. Just going to lift your arm up.
That's it, it's going. Oh.
Is that painful when I'm pressing?
Yeah.
Okay. Just trying to make sure that your shoulder is actually in the joint. Okay, how's that feeling?
I've got that, but it's
got that,
very,
yeah.
very painful. I think it's come out,
and
then I think it's gone back in, like, because I've dropped and then dropped again into a fence.
It does take a lot of force for the shoulder to get out. If I were you, I would have some pain relief. I know you said no earlier on to my colleague, but if I were you, I would take some.
Well, I don't want gas and air.
No, that's not what we're offering anyway.
All right.
Why do you not want gas and air?
Because they give me top factory floor, it sent me dizzy. I don't want that.
That
I
happens
just felt like a druggie.
It makes you laugh. I mean, it's called laughing gas for a reason.
No, for me.
Okay, that's fine.
Dr. Reddy orders an urgent X-ray to see if a broken bone could be the cause of Brian's terrible pain. In the hub, the backlog is building.
So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ambulances waiting to hand over and 1 cubicle at the minute. In an ideal world, we'd like an ambulance to come in into a cubicle, hand over, move on, out on the road they go. But we don't live in an ideal world. Do me a favour, get me the patient from cubicle 14 and pop them into resus A.
As soon as Sister Jane moves one patient out, another arrives.
Okay.
An ambulance is rushing in an elderly woman who's been vomiting blood.
Not with this one.
Okay, see you soon then.
In resus, Dr. Jake Mullen prepares for her arrival.
I love working in resus because you know a patient's going to be coming that's going to be potentially a big challenge. It's quite exciting actually.
75-year-old Betty has thrown up 5 times this morning.
I don't feel like you're going to be sick just now.
No.
Just get you over, darling.
1, 2, 3.
The paramedics have brought in a specimen of her vomit for analysis.
Oh, lovely. What a lovely present.
So, this is Betty. She's been having episodes for the past 12 months with upper epigastric pain. Under investigation, but she started vomiting dark vomit. It's knocked her off her feet. She's sat on the floor, not been able to get up because she's felt really weak, really dizzy. She's lost 3.5 stone in the last 12 months and she's currently unable to even keep her ensure drinks down, which they've gave her for calories. And as you've seen, the hematemesis is black. Blackest I've seen in a very long time.
If you're vomiting blood, you can lose enough blood to die, really. So we need to make sure that you've got a lot of fluid and we need to try and find the cause of your bleeding as soon as possible. All right, my love, I'm just going to try and get a cannula in, if that's okay.
Used to this in the last couple of months.
When did you first notice you had blood in your vomit?
It's 3 weeks, 4 weeks ago. I got my husband just fetched me to the hospital.
Have you noticed any change in your stool at all?
Well, when I come out of hospital,
Yeah.
that were on the Saturday, and on the Monday it was black.
All right, well, we'll send those bloods off and we'll see what they show, okay?
Right.
Betty's husband Barry arrives.
I feel
A little bit better. I can breathe now. Yeah.
So when I went upstairs and saw a lady on the floor, I thought, fear worst.
She's bleeding internally. This can be a warning sign for life-threatening conditions.
It's worrying.
The next few hours will be critical for Betty.
Go in a chair if I take it.
Who?
To 35, 18.
I'll tell you what you can do. Can you do one out of here just so that I can get an ambulance in?
Sister Jane is trying to clear cubicles for new arrivals, but there's a backlog of patients waiting to be admitted onto the wards.
So you've actually got ambulances on the back corridor. They're queuing out the door now, so I'm just going to have a look in a minute. Because I can only get patients in when patients go up to the ward. Right, let me go and see if this resus one's gone up.
In cubicle 6, Brian's in agony after a terrifying workplace fall, but he doesn't want to take painkillers.
Just don't like taking any tablets at all. It's just drugs, innit? If I can take pain, I'll take it.
Well, if you need it, just...
No, I'm all right.
Dr. Reddy checks Brian's X-ray results.
It looks like it's in the joint. I can't see any acute bony injury or any break. That's the humeral head. Seems to be in joint. That's the glenoid. It's facing in the right direction. Actually, it looks okay. It's not broken or out of its joint.
Can it come out then go back in?
Again, I mean, there is a possibility that might have happened, but at the moment, looking at the X-ray, it does look in. Brian is just waiting for a shoulder immobilizer. It seems reasonably okay. He's able to move it, and he's got his wife, so I don't see any reason why he can't go home and look after himself. The fact that he didn't want any painkillers when he first came in makes me think he probably won't take tablets, and his pain will probably get much worse, maybe.
But Brian's wife may have other ideas.
Missus, she'll slip him in my tear if I don't take him. If she sees me moaning, then she'll go.
Nurse Midun straps him up.
This goes around his arm.
Yeah, pull that.
So that's the first bit. Get all tied here.
While Dr. Reddy arranges a follow-up with orthopaedics, Brian gets dressed. But there's a problem.
No good, is it? I've cut my trousers a lot.
How are you getting on, Brian?
You're like full Monty.
Take it slow, easy.
Oh, that'll come faster than it.
Come on, you need to lose some weight, then, isn't it?
That's where I got extra large, so I can eat some attacks.
And then if you want to put back your shoes on, then... All right, sir.
Don't worry about that.
You take care, okay?
Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Brian was later found to have 2 tears in the muscle of his shoulder. But he's still not taking painkillers. Over in Resus, Betty has been vomiting blood.
All right, I'm just going to put some fluid on for you. Betty's losing blood, and that means she's potentially going to drop her blood pressure, which means she's not going to get blood to her vital organs, such as her brain and her heart. So if we can put her on some fluid, it will help keep her conscious.
Dr. Mullen is on the case.
It's all twisted there. I don't want it to get all knotted up, do I?
There we go. Thank you.
Barry has come in to be with his wife, while the team investigate what's making her feel so unwell.
She's been sick all day. Literally had energy to walk from car park. So I phoned 111 and they phoned for ambulance. And here she is again. But I said they've been great with doctors, you know. It's just waiting on results at test sort of time.
Dr. Mullen checks the results of the endoscopy Betty had 3 days ago.
I've had a look at your report from your camera test. They basically saw that your stomach is really grossly inflamed, and that might be the cause of what you're having. They also noted that there was still some fluid in there as well, which tells us that your stomach's probably taking a long time to drain. They're booking you for another scan. They want to have a look at it from the outside with the scan to see if there's anything that they've missed. But what they saw so far was just inflammation, essentially.
Well, that explains the pain she has in her chest with an inflamed stomach.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what we call reflux esophagitis. So you've got all this acid in your stomach. It's causing the stomach to be inflamed, and it causes the bottom of the esophagus to be inflamed as well. And that's probably what's been causing your pain. The initial blood test we've done on the machine that we get a result within a few minutes hasn't showed that you've lost a significant amount of blood, or at least enough that you'd need a blood transfusion, which is good news.
I feel a lot better though.
Good. We're going to keep an eye on you, and we're going to get you up to the ward, and hopefully we can get you sorted from there.
Oh, tangled up.
Betty was kept in the hospital while her condition was investigated. She is still waiting for the outcome of the tests. Every cubicle in Casualty is taken, and with the hospital wards full, patients cannot be moved out.
There's physically no beds. I can't create any.
Dr. Walker checks patients queuing up on the ambulance corridor.
It's 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4. Anybody outside?
No.
Okay, so he's got 4.
calls an emergency meeting with his team to try to free up spaces.
Those of you who've got anybody waiting for a bed, which is probably most of us, are they suitable for fit to sit? Because ambulances are starting to stack up, so there may be nobody, but if there is, let us know. Because we've got 20 waiting beds now, so that's basically our cubicles.
The casualty cubicles are full, but there's still space in the paediatric ward for underage walk-ins. 4-year-old Lee arrives with his mum Ruth.
Dinosaur! How exciting is that? Is it fun?
It is. What about these flying ones?
Yeah, they're my favourite.
They're your favourite?
Yeah.
The flying ones?
Yeah.
Do you know what flying dinosaurs are called?
They're called pterodactyl.
Pterodactyl, well done.
The budding paleontologist hurt his arm at school. Dr. Mullen and student Dr. Ishmael will be looking after Lee today.
What happened? How did you fall over?
I fell over on a bike.
Ouch. What did you land on?
And I landed on the playground or something.
Does your arm still hurt?
Yeah, it's a little bit sore, kind of.
Can you point? Can you tell me where on your arm does it hurt? Where is it sore? That bit. Okay, don't prod it too much. Don't want to give yourself another injury.
Since I've become a dad, seeing kids in A&E has taken a little bit of a turn. I can see my own child in all of them. So it's really changed my perspective. Can we have a look?
Here we go.
That looks a little bit bendy to me. Looks like a little bit of a banana.
Look at banana arm.
That's pretty bent. Okay, fine. I'm going to give it a bit of a movement now, okay? And I want you to tell me to stop if you want me to, okay?
Nice deep breath.
What about if we get you to twiddle your arm around a little bit? How's that? Is that okay? That's a bit limited.
Oh, making me feel funny just watching you do it.
He's not distressed with it at all.
No.
That's fine.
Is that normal? I just expect him to be crying.
Yeah, he's a tough kid.
Be a tough kid.
Children's bones are quite bendy, so that means that kids are often not quite in as much pain. I also think Lou's just a bit of a trooper, to be honest. And now I want you to play rock, paper, scissors with me, okay? We're going to go rock.
You do a rock with your
You
hand?
do a rock with your hand. Look at this one.
Banana hand?
Yeah, with your banana hand, yeah. Okay, paper. Yeah. Scissors. I'll make snip, 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 snip. A&E can be really distressing for a child. It can be a really, really scary thing. So if you can play with them and if you can turn it into a game, it can really help reassure them. That's all really, really helpful because it can give you so much information. As you get older, you become more brittle, you shatter. But for him, when he falls over and he puts pressure through it, that bone will bend instead. They call it a green stick, like a fresh twig that's broken off a tree. Rather than just snapping, one side of it will bend and the other side of it will break. So sometimes we see that, call it a green stick fracture. And that's really common in kids.
Lee needs an urgent X-ray. However busy the rest of the hospital is, the resus department is always open for the most critically ill patients. Paula is rushed in, accompanied by husband Basilio. She was supposed to be celebrating. She turns 57 today.
Oh, happy birthday. Oh, what a rubbish birthday. Yeah.
The Portuguese-born patient has asthma and emphysema, a form of COPD. Dr. Phil Taylor heads to resus.
This lady has come in today, quite short of breath. She's in a position called tripoding, putting her arms out in front of her to open up her chest to help get more air in. And she's feeling quite tired, which are all kind of concerning features, which is why we've moved her into here, just to get a bit of closer observation and give her some slightly more intensive treatment.
Paula's notes show that she's hoping to be put on a list for a lung transplant.
Only people who have got very severe or end-stage disease get considered for transplant. So it gives you a good indication of how unwell they could potentially get.
I'll just get you to sit forward a touch for me. When I'm listening to your chest, there's not a huge amount of air movement coming in and out of your chest. It sounds quite quiet. All right. How long have your ankles been this puffy for?
A couple of days.
Just in the last few days, okay, so they're not normally like this?
No.
And any lung disease in the family with mum or dad?
Mum.
And what did mum have?
COPD.
COPD, okay. Have you ever had a blood test here at the wrist? Yeah? It's just a blood test for the artery, so we can look at the carbon dioxide in your blood. Can I do a quick one of those? Is that all right? So if you just turn your wrist over for me. All right, we'll have a sharp scratch. Well done.
If patients' lungs are retaining carbon dioxide, it can cause poisoning of the brain, really. If they're then falling asleep and they're not able to breathe for themselves, they can become quite unwell.
Paula is struggling with the heat.
You don't have a fan.
Do we have a fan?
Yes.
To cool you down? Yeah, I know it is warm in here, especially at the moment when it's so humid outside. We can get you a gown if you would prefer, something a bit lighter fitting.
God, I don't know.
Let me see if I can find something. Which of these is better at fanning?
Have you not got a fan
This or this?
But Nurse Bethany is determined to grant Paula her birthday wish.
Right, shall we see where we can put it?
Oh God, I was dying.
I stole it, so it's stolen goods.
Thank you.
Right, I don't know which is number 1 or which is number 3.
Oh, I've got a fan.
Oh.
Amazing. Well done, Beth.
How's that?
It's perfect.
All right.
No.
Well done, Beth. Is that a bit better with the fan?
So much better.
We're going to keep an eye on the carbon dioxide, keep an eye on her energy levels, really. She's telling me that she's feeling quite tired. As asthmatics get more tired, they have the potential to deteriorate.
If Paula's condition doesn't start to improve, Dr. Taylor may need to order a major escalation of her treatment.
I'm using the last orthopaedic bed.
Fine.
The wards at Barnsley Hospital are virtually full. With nowhere to transfer patients, Sister Jane and Dr. Walker are fighting a losing battle to keep the flow moving through Casualty.
All my cubicles are now full, they've been taken up.
Obviously, going into the evening, it's probably just going to get worse.
Number of patients in the department, about 60. Just nowhere to put them when they do come in. When there is no flow within the department, we do have a one-in, one-out system. As a patient goes out to the ward, we can get a patient into a cubicle. Unfortunately, there is very, very little that we can do to create a bed. Our hands are really tied.
We're hoping they'll find some beds somewhere, but I'm not optimistic. No, anyway, I'm going to Peds.
Paula has been admitted to resus. She's struggling to breathe and is in pain. She needs an X-ray on her dangerously compromised lungs.
I'm going to have to pop your chain off before we start, okay? Get your head forward for me. Perfect. Right, well, just stay nice and still like that. Right, Paula, big breath in now, darling. Hold it there. Breathe away.
Dr. Guinness checks the results.
You've been through the mill by the looks of things. You've got asthma, emphysema.
Yes.
Is there any other reason that you're on the lung transplant list, or it's because of that? How long have you been waiting?
Not on the list still. I'm going to be on the list. Probably my next appointment.
And then tell me about what's brought you today.
Pain.
Just today or
No.
a few days? When did it start?
Yesterday.
Can you describe the pain a little bit for me?
It's time to go.
When was the last time that you had it? Have you had it since you've been in the hospital with us?
Yeah.
Are we talking seconds, minutes, lots of minutes, hours?
No,
Just to give me a bit of an impression.
Minutes.
Can I have a listen to your chest? You still sound wheezy in there to me. The blood test from your wrist is a little bit worrying, I'll be honest with you. It shows us that your oxygen and carbon dioxide, so the two gases that your lungs deal with, one going in and one coming out,
yes,
are not balancing very well.
Okay.
Not massively, but those numbers are not great.
Dr. Guinness needs to keep the oxygen levels in Paula's blood within a perilously narrow range.
I mean, it's a very fine balance here. 88 to 90, I'm even going to say. We want to keep it on that lower end. But saying that, we haven't got much to play with between nothing and half a litre, so half a litre and we'll see where we go to. And of course now your oxygen is dropping a little much. Let's see, give you another minute. We'll keep our beady eyes on you, Paula. I'm afraid it's a merry dance of keeping us at just 88 to 90, even if possible.
The team need to maintain Paula's blood gases at a safe level until they can find out whether her lung function has improved.
15 minutes till your blood test. Just something to look forward to.
Right, Mary, we're just going to do this blood test at the wrist again and see what your carbon dioxide is doing. In patients who have COPD, they often get air trapped in their lungs because their airways are narrowed, and CO2, carbon dioxide, can get trapped in the lungs as well. CO2 was high on the last arterial gas, so we're just checking that it's on the way down rather than going up. Because if it's going up, then we need to do the next kind of escalation of treatment. It's not very nice.
Paula faces a worrying wait to see if her lungs are finally starting to work well enough to keep her out of harm's way. Casualty is in gridlock. New emergencies keep arriving, but the hospital wards are full, so patient transfers out of the department have ground to a halt.
No porters, no beds. Yes, it's not very good.
What's slightly worrying is that we've got 10 more in the department than we had 3 hours ago. If that carries on, tomorrow morning there'll be 90. So, just hope there's some beds.
I feel like I'm on Titanic and bows just lifting up out at water.
Sitting patiently outside the radiology department is 4-year-old Lee and his mum Ruth.
You feeling happy or sad?
Happy.
You feeling happy? Yeah? Do you like being at the hospital?
He's waiting for an X-ray of the arm he hurt while playing at school.
How's your banana arm feeling?
I think a little bit better.
Can you see why it's different? Can you see this arm?
Yeah.
Nice and straight.
Yes, nice.
Super straight like that. And then if you hold up this arm.
That one's a bit curved. That one's a bit curved to me.
It is a bit curved. Oh, bless you. Do you think that your arm is going to be bent or broken? That's you. Come on then. Let's go and get our special photo taken.
Radiographer Rebecca will take the X-ray.
Can you place your arm just on this plate for me?
Can you do it with this one? You can't do it.
A bit bendy.
It's a bit bendy. Yeah. Can you get your fingers? Can you stick them? Imagine there's super glue there. Oh my goodness. Oh no. Oh. Feel sorry for him. I mean, it looks painful on there, but oh, it's always hard watching your child go through pain, and you want to be able to take it away and make it all right for them. And he's been so brave. He's been so good.
Dr. Mullen runs through the x-rays with student Dr. Ishmael.
It's clearly sort of quite bent by about 20 degrees. And if we look closely here, we can see a little crack, which is this green stick fracture I was talking about. Like a sort of fresh twig in the park, when you bend it, it breaks on one side and just bends on the other. So most of these, over time, as their bones grow, they'll just straighten out, and only occasionally do we need to pull them straight again. X-rays, as we thought, he's got one of these green stick fractures, basically, so it's quite bent. So the plan's going to be, we're going to put him in a cast and get people to sign it and things.
Oh, yeah. Can he go back to school? No.
He can go to school, but he does need to protect it, so he can't do any sort of physical activity, playground stuff, all that sort of stuff. Yeah?
Do you know what they're going to do now? They're going to put a special bandage on your arm that's going to be really hard, but it's a special bandage that's going to help your arm to heal.
But before that can happen, young Lee has a big decision to make.
What colour are we going for?
What colour?
Red, blue, pink, purple.
What colour do you think you'd like?
To go for?
The
red.
red.
To go for red. Can I have your hands, please? This one, the bad one. So this way we're going up like a lollipop, going to try to stop me. Are you ready to go?
Red? We're going red?
Whoa.
Right, the last bit. Lovely.
Lee, you've sat really well. Well done, mate.
Good lad. You have been super. That's a super one. But you've been brave as well, haven't you? So there you go.
Done.
See you later.
Can you say thank you? Thank you.
Lee did need a procedure to straighten his arm, but he's doing really well, back in the playground, enjoying himself with his mates.
Go over this way.
The ambulances are continuing to flood into Barnsley Casualty. They join a queue to hand over their patients, because there's a shortage of beds to transfer people from the department onto the hospital wards. But there's some good news.
There's a bit of movement. They just pulled 4 beds, but they always pull them together, so it just takes time to get them out.
So, keen to get patients flowing through the department, Sister Jane takes matters into her own hands.
Look at me, I'm just a jack of all trades. Porter now.
Over in the minor injuries unit, Barry has come in after an accident at work. The intense UV light from a welding torch has caused painful inflammation to his corneas.
Got home and I feel like I've got a bag of sand in my eyes, so I went to chemist to see if someone dropped and they've sent me up here because I can't see.
His wife's sunglasses were the only thing he could find to protect his eyes from the light.
The trouble is, they want to open. When they open, it burns more because light hurts them.
Barry?
Yeah.
Emergency nurse practitioner Claire will take the lead on the 43-year-old's care.
You might have to help me.
All right, love. Can you see nothing?
Basically, blurry.
Welders call this condition flash burn.
Turning left.
The damage to the surface of the eyes can lead to serious infection and even loss of sight.
There's a chair here. Okay.
Ow.
Right then, my love, I'm Claire, so tell me what's been happening.
Welding last night. I think I've been flashed.
If you can't see very much, it's likely that you've burnt.
It's just blurry at
Yeah,
the minute.
yeah.
I want to open them, but it feels like they're just gritting and lights.
Yeah.
Keeping them closed, but that feels painful.
Yeah.
Then opening them when the light's on it feels worse.
OK, no problem. I'll just pop you on this couch to pop these drops in for you.
Can you do it in dark?
Yeah. I think that my job's one of the best in the department. If you'll just come over here with me.
Yeah.
Because we follow the start to the end of the patient journey. If you lay on there, and I'll turn the light off, and then you'll bob your glasses off. There's always an expectation that nurses support doctors, and actually that's not the way anymore. Nurses do lots more and get much more involved with things, and we've got lots of skills that we use ourselves. Look right down for me.
Ow. Is that supposed to burn?
It stings a little bit, yeah. Can you open up?
So that's open.
Not really. So we're going to go into another room and have a look in your eyes on the slit lamp and see whether you've got some burns in your eyes. So we're going to have to, open them up a bit more as well, OK?
Yeah. Only a detailed examination will show the full extent of any damage to Barry's eyes.
Has yours gone up to AMU? The one with the blood, yeah?
A lack of spaces on the wards at Barnsley Hospital almost brought Casualty to a standstill. But the logjam is broken.
Fortunately, we've got, what, 5 beds now? Yes, we've pulled... There's 5 beds ready now. So we just need to get 5 porters and 5 nurses, and they can go to the ward. And then we can move off the 4 ambulances that are waiting to come in. So we'll have 1 cubicle. So, brilliant.
Over in Resus, Paula is being treated for severe breathing difficulties. She's hoping for a lung transplant to cure her long-term emphysema.
Hello again. How are you doing?
Tired and afraid. I'm going to have the transplant, hopefully. But until there, I don't think that it's going to be so easy.
There are your antibiotics, darling. Are you okay with tablets? Yeah.
Dr. Taylor has been monitoring Paula's bloods.
So CO2 is exactly the same. It's not got worse, but it's also not got better. Usually anything above 6 is elevated on arterial gas. But she can tolerate a CO2 of 10 as long as it doesn't get worse. Your breathing seems a bit better, definitely from when you came in. We'll admit you to the ward, the consultant team there will review things, and we'll just finish a course of antibiotics and steroids over the next 5 days. All right?
Okay.
You got any questions?
I don't think so.
No? All right.
Don't marry.
Take care.
Paula stayed on the ward for 3 weeks. She's been placed on the list to have a double lung transplant. The number of patients on the casualty waiting list is finally coming down.
It is really like a cat and mouse game.
It looks like once we get a bit of movement from here, which Jane will surely facilitate, and I can continue to get them into cubicles. Is that right, Jane?
I'll do anything to facilitate it, Barra.
Thank you very much. I shall be looking forward to that.
Barry came into Casualty after suffering flash burns in a welding accident at work. He's protecting his eyes with his wife's sunglasses.
Cover over one of your eyes.
Emergency nurse practitioner Claire checks his vision.
E, H, N. Why do I feel like I'm drunk?
I think it does affect you like that when your eyes aren't very good.
O.
That's fine.
E,
No problem.
E or F, is it?
It's fine. Come and have a seat on this pink chair for me. Nobody actually wants to be here. To come in with anything to accident and emergency is a trauma for the patient. Right, if you sit back then for me and pop your glasses off.
They're not my glasses.
Your wife's glasses. If you are friendly and relax with the patient, and they then can relax and feel that they're in safe hands. So we're going to put some stain in your eyes now.
That yellow stuff?
Yeah, which then checks to see whether you've got any abrasions or burns on your cornea. Okay, so it'll make you see orange. Okay, my love? Just look to me. And this one. Look down.
One hurts.
Look down for me.
That one hurts more than the other one.
We've made you have orange tears now. Suppose that's least of your worries.
That stuff doesn't seem to be working out, Helen.
No, it does wear off quite quickly.
Yeah, I can tell.
I think people in Yorkshire are quite tough when it comes to taking pain. They smile through it and think, we'll just, grin and bear it and get it over with. Right, pop your chin back on there for me. So that's the ultraviolet that will show up if there is an abrasion or burn. Okay, swap over. Okay, you can sit back. You can pop your wife's glasses back on. So there's not any definite burns that I can see there on your corneas, okay? Once things settle down and the pain settles, then hopefully your vision will improve. What we'll do is we'll wipe that orange off your face, yeah?
Yeah.
And more than anything, we need to treat the symptoms that you've got. I'll give you a prescription for some ointment to get. And we'll give you an appointment to come back to eye clinic for them checking in a couple of days to make sure things are improving.
Sound.
All right? You'll be grateful of those glasses. Is your wife coming for you?
Yes, yeah, she says about half an hour.
Right, so what I'll do is I'll get one of the patient flow people to walk round to pharmacy with you.
Yeah.
Come on, I'll walk slow, I promise.
Barry is off work until his eyes make a full recovery, but he hasn't suffered any permanent damage.
It is looking a little bit more positive.
It's the end of a challenging but rewarding shift for Dr. Walker.
All these people will get a bed tonight. I like the fact that when I go to work in the morning, I don't know what is going to happen. There's always some fun to be had. There's always something to take from it, and whatever happens, the team respond to it.
And with the patients finally flowing freely through Casualty, it's time for Sister Jane to clock off.
Have a good night. See you later, guys. Thank you. I think at the end of a shift, when ambulances have been queued outside the hospital and you've tried so hard to get flow within the department, it's almost a relief to be going home. If every patient that I have left within that department are safe, then I can relax.
Sister Jane may be heading home, but the ambulances are still arriving. The cubicles keep filling up, and Barnsley Hospital continues to care for the people of South Yorkshire.
Life still beating in these crumbling walls. Tonight we sing where nobody sees. In the junkyard we are free. Underneath the moon silver haze, we'll embrace these throwaway days. Lost souls and cobbled parts create art with our mended hearts. Every scratch has a story to tell in this haven of heaven and hell. Old guitars strum a haunting tune underneath the pale forgotten moon. Oil-stained fingers dance in grace, finding rhythm in a discarded place. Tonight we sing where nobody sees. In the junkyard we are